of age. So here's the tail of the tape. Yuth, 14 years of age, 168 centimeters tall, 105 pounds in weight. 40 fights to his name. Big Boss, 17 years of age, 163 centimeters tall, 105 pounds as his official weight stands, and 27 fights, 3-minute rounds of 5-round stadium-style Muay Thai. It's all about grace, beauty, and strategy. And as I like to say, style, style, and even more
style.
Style, not style. Here we are for round number 1 underway. Yuth taking on Big Boss in the blue. The Big Boss in the blue, actually shorter of the two.
Let's see what we have here this afternoon. Yuth looking very calm, very composed. His guard very tight, but what an explosion into that left kick. That was fast.
Yuth, 14 years of age, and of course, coming from Buriram. As I've said, there's a lot of talent from Buriram coming down here to Bangkok, and it's excellent to see a lot of the provincial fighters being given the opportunity to fight here at Omnoi Stadium.
From what I've seen, Yuth is not looking for a slow start. He is going in. There was a big attempted left, right there that didn't quite land, but all his shots, he's not going for that feeling out technique. He is landing them with some power. An attempted overhand spear elbow as he jumps on top of Big Boss. Wow, what an opening round for Yuth. He is not here to play any games this afternoon.
Well, Eleanor, this is actually their second encounter today. Their last fight was a draw, and both fighters will be looking to really make a statement to see who is the boss here in the ring. Big Boss, will he deliver the punishment and take his victory against Yuth, or will Yuth take it over Big Boss to see who is boss here in center ring? Whoa! Steps in, skips in, and goes for the spinning back elbow. It's not often seen straight off the deliverance there. Usually a counter attack as Yuth tries to step in for another one.
I see what you did there, Joe. Let's see who is the boss this afternoon. It's not very often I give you credit for your puns, but that was a pretty good one. But it seems here that each of the gyms has asked for a rematch again, ending on a draw, as any fighter will tell you. It is not something that you want to happen. You want a win or a loss. You want a clear win, though, if anything, and that is what these fighters are here to do this afternoon. This could be the fight of the afternoon, in my opinion, if that is the case.
Some big punch exchanges there from Big Boss as he goes high, goes low, tries to dig the lead hand under the elbow and shut down the liver of Yuth. Yuth not having it, but gets taken to the ground there by Big Boss. Big Boss really certainly trying to live up to his name here and show him who is the boss right here in center ring at Omnoi Stadium. Yuth delivers a straight double jab as Big Boss tries to come under. Whoa, a bit of a little flicky axe kick there from Yuth to end things there for round 1. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Certainly had his moments as well, Eleanor.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, Joe, saying that both fighters are here to make a statement this afternoon. So let's see who can leave their lasting mark on the ring. So, and here we have it into round 2 of action, but it feels like round 4 because round 1 was so exciting. Both fighters going ahead in an elbow exchange, flying shots. What is going on for round 2?
Locking step control here, delivering stabbing knees there from Big Boss, trying to stab his way to victory here as he locks on with that vice grip. Yuth not really having much to answer for in terms of the clinch.
Both fighters going head to head here as Yuth tries to come forward with that lead elbow but finds himself in the clinch again. Both fighters got a very strong 50-50 grip. It's going to be a battle of the knees and the strength here as the referee breaks them apart.
And a great drag down of the neck from Yuth. bicep control 50-50, tries to put the palm over, but there it is, Big Boss getting the upper hand with that palm, trying to deliver the suffocation towards Yium as they turn, but Yium looking very calm and collected as he's got the overhook there. Our referee breaks them apart to continue the action. Big Boss on the forward march, eats a couple on the way in, delivers a punishing stabbing knee on the entry into the clinch, locked on, ready, raring to go, El.
Yes, Big Boss is locked on and ready to stab those knees in for Yium, who seems to be more comfortable to fight on the outside, in my opinion, with that lead left elbow and another big right elbow. Wow, what an elbow war we have on our hands between these two young gentlemen, only 14 and 17 years old, going head to head in a clinch war now, it seems, stabbing those knees in, keeping it very, very active.
There you could see blood on the top of Big Boss's head there from one of those punishing elbows from Yium, giving him a taste of an episode of Hell's Kitchen, the old slice and dice Gordon Ramsay method, as Big Boss pushes that palm over the top, tries to give him the elbow back.
It really is a battle of arm control here. Who can minimize the damage from these spear elbows that are being thrown left, right, and center? You are right, Joe. Big Boss is cut and it is spurting out. What a fight we have on our hands here. This is definitely not a beautiful kicking battle. This is an all-out war.
These boys coming in for an absolute war here, not leaving anything to the judges. But if I were Yium, I'd be trying to apply that palm over the top and rub my glove into that cut. And that is the end of the third.
And final third round.
Yium looking unfazed by eating some elbows himself. So we'll be coming into the third round of action. Oh my God, there is more Vaseline on Big Boss's head than Jimmy Bo's bedside table. So we'll be coming into the third round of action.
I don't know if these fighters can keep this pace for 5 rounds. It is only our third round as Big Boss muscles under the chin of Yium and locks on and sends those knees as he tries to rugby tackle him to the floor, it would seem.
He's got so much Vaseline on his head, it looks like he's wearing a cap. It's like a sun hat, the amount of Vaseline that's on top of that head as he fights for the underhook, pushing his hips against Yium on the ropes there. Ball back in the center ring, and a great redirection to set up that left kick by Yium, muscling him under the clinch there. But it's not quite effective enough to be scoring highly in my eyes.
Big Boss is just grit and determination. He is walking forward and just locking on and driving those flying, swinging knees in left, right. He really wants the win here as he tries to take Yium down. But a sneaky little rope grab there from Yium, not wanting to go down at that point.
And often I say this, it's a battle of who has the better conditioning and fitness, because both are leaving nothing to the judges here. But it could be a case of who's got the better fitness, because Big Boss is making a big turnaround here in round 3. Yium made a convincing statement in round 1 and 2 with those vicious elbows, but Big Boss really just pushing forward relentlessly here.
That is right, relentlessly, Joe, as he locks on and swings that knee over to get a dominant position as the referee breaks the clinch. What a war! It is only round 3. I can't quite believe it. I'm really lost for words at this point. Big Boss is just displaying pure grit and determination. Like we said, last time these fighters ended on a draw, and neither one is wanting that this time.
Now, when we talk about Muay Thai scoring, one of the criteria is determined aggression. It doesn't necessarily score as high as technical execution and ring control, but Big Boss is really showcasing determined aggression here. So this could be at play in the judges' eyes. But Yium giving it back to him here in this clinch exchange, nearly taking the back, showing dominance over his opponent and bullying Big Boss. Steps in for a big lead elbow, hacking elbow over the top, punching his way inside the clinch here. but being pushed against the rope for this final clinch exchange.
Yium is a technician in his own right, but he should be an elbow technician because those spears coming in left, right, are not something I would want to be walking into, that is for sure. As Big Boss just muzzles his chin into the shoulder of Yium to secure a lock there as the referee breaks our fighters apart. What a fight this has been. Please do not go anywhere because we both need to know how this ends.
Non-stop activity inside the clinch, pushing the pace, delivering knees and elbows. Let's see what it brings. Round 4, scheduled for 2 more.
No messing about as both fighters dive into that clinch position. Big Boss looking a little bit more dominant in that position, in my opinion. But who am I to say it could go either way? This is an all-out war. Again, the Vaseline on the head of Big Boss, trying to cover that cut from the devastating elbows of Yium.
And make sure to stay for our main event of the afternoon. Nitty Korn taking on Tosakan at 117 pounds. That is our main event of the afternoon. But as we get back into it, stabbing knee for stabbing knee, Big Boss trying to stab his way right through the midsection of Yium and puncture a hole with those big, devastating knees. Brought back into center ring and steps right into the clinch. Locks on in 50-50 positioning, tossing and turning, fighting for position as we're both locked up into the vice grip here and grabbing onto the ropes. A little cheeky grab from Big Boss.
Honestly, not sure which way this is going to go. I thought we were going to get a knockout at some point when the elbow exchanges began. But Big Boss, like you say, Joe, he is just showing that determined aggression, which looks phenomenal to the judges at this point in the fight.
Back into center ring here. Yium steps in with a big teep, but nearly gets plowed under by Big Boss like a bulldozer right here at Omnoi Stadium. Locks on, locked up, mitigating the knees there from Yium as our referee breaks them apart. Steps in with that lead elbow to try and open that cut up.
Yium just not looking quite as active in the clinch, in my opinion. His expression as he looks to his corner, he looks a little bit out of answers, like he needs to start doing something and start taking the fight to his advantages. But Big Boss is just not giving him any room to breathe. He just drives forward and into the clinch every second.
Nice doubling up of the right kick there from Yium to continue the action, locking on with that vice grip. When I talk about vice grip, it's when you lock your forearm to forearm, trying to drag down on the head of your opponent. As Big Boss enters inside the clinch, but puts that inside knee block. And you can see the Kiatpetch team in the background getting very excited about this one. An absolute war.
This has been an epic matchup between these two fighters. You can see the stadium atmosphere has just propelled. What an exciting fight. Honestly, it's still all to play for in this 4th round, and even as we go into round 5 in just a moment. Do not go anywhere. We all want to know how this fight ends. Who will take the victory this time?
You can even see the reddening on the midsection of Yium there, and the big blob of Vaseline on the head of Big Boss from that vicious cut in round 2. As both fighters come back into center ring for round number 5, the 5th and final deciding round of this absolutely epic battle between these two. And of course, Eleanor mentioned that it was a draw last time. Will it be a draw again, setting it up for an absolute epic trilogy?
Perhaps so, because that would be a story for Mr. Kiatpetch to promote for the next fight between these two, because it is entertainment at its finest. I would want to turn on my TV or my phone and open it up to a fight like this. What a war!
Especially between such phenomenal young talent. Oh, as Yium takes a Big Boss to the ground in that last exchange. Everybody watching so eagerly ringside as Yium locks up Big Boss in this clinch exchange and tries to suffocate him by digging his head under the chin. Back in the center ring, skips in with a big knocking elbow.
Yium is really a master of those elbows. It is really his speciality, in my opinion. But Big Boss not letting it phase him. He just eats them on his way in and steps in with one of his own as he does that lead fake and then flying in with a big right elbow to lock on in the clinch and just send those swinging knees onto the ropes.
Bit of a nullification there in the clinch exchange as Big Boss continues to hunt forward, eats an elbow on the way in, tries to get his own upper hand, trying to fight for position to drag the head down, but not quite getting it. Referee breaks them apart. Yium looking very eager to sit on that back foot and protect his points, but Big Boss not having it, delivering punishing knees, fighting for position. Yium looking a little bit tired here in center ring, a little bit more open mouth than usual, delivering a punishing right knee, right hand over the top. That big left teep, steps in with the right knee again. Oh my God, it's so hard to keep up with this.
We cannot keep up with the pace of these two young athletes because it is just on another level. I've never seen a fight quite like this. 4 or 5 rounds maintaining this pace and these jumping elbows. Each fighter is just looking for that knockout to not leave it to the scorecards again as we enter the last 30 seconds of this matchup between Yium in the red and Big Boss in the blue. A beautiful flying teep there from Yium, who seems to have taken to the back foot.
Locks up inside the clinch again, trying to push the palm over the top of Yium's head. You can see that Vaseline doing a fantastic job to stop the bleeding. Oh, a big swinging knee there for Big Boss, and that is the end of the 5th and final round. You know, often, Eleanor, we see both fighters dancing towards the last 30 seconds there because they thought they both had it, but both these two warriors left nothing for the judges to decide as our referee collects the scorecards to decide who was the winner of this second. And it goes to Yium in the red, our victor of this second encounter. What a fight and what a decision. It could have gone either way, but I would say Yium, the upper hand.